In this podcast, we will be talking about paranormal experiences.
You know my place, right? I'm in Laguna. My place is like near the lake and the mountain. I used to go with my grandpa's workplace after like food and whatever. And it turns out my grandpa's workplace is like at a tennis court, and he's like shop owner there or the cook in the canteen at the tennis court. So tennis court is located Forestry. That's the literal name of the place, Forestry, right? And turns
Mhm.
out we're not alone there at night. There's a lot of
Hell no.
things. There's a lot of things going on in that place. Like the entrance to the tennis court. There's like a big tree, right? I just found out that's a Capres tree.
Mm.
If you don't know what a capra is, like basically the Bigfoot, but he smokes a lot and drinks. Yeah, most common there is like the capre and balang. The tikbalang, huh? That's the strangest part for me, huh? Because while we were exiting like the parking area, I was already like inside the car with my grandpa and grandma, and suddenly I looked behind, right, and that's where I saw a half man, half horse balang. If you don't know what a tikbalang is, it's basically a man, right? He has the torso, the arms of a man, the legs of the horse, and the head of a horse. Picture that, and he's like shocked to see that there's people around that area, and he just ran towards like the forest, the deep part of forest. And what I don't like where he went is like it's like a very deep pit. There's like the highway up here, and if you go like where his direction, there's like a giant steep. I almost fell down there when I was like young, and I'm like, shit, I almost died. The next one is a capre. Same place. Capre is like the giant Bigfoot. To know if you guys know what a capre is, it's basically the Bigfoot, right? To know if there's a capre in your area, if you notice a strange, ominous looking tree that has like sometimes there's like bottles of beer underneath the tree, and if you sometimes smell like smoke, and when you look up at the tree, there's like red eyes staring at you. For me, it's a bit hard because that place is like full of rich people, right? So they mostly smoke and drink, right? While I was like outside near the entrance, there's like a swing set there. I'm like swinging, minding my own business. I look up at the tree and saw the cow tree for some reason,
Mm.
and just the two red eyes. And then I went back to like the canteen and stayed there and like prayed. Oh, I hope I didn't get like enchanted or whatever, or cursed. And do you want like ghost stuff?
Yeah,
Is
go
that
ahead.
alright?
Share it.
Oh, the ghost mostly like a white lady. It's I encountered that like in our old house near the lake. Oh wait, I don't know if it's like near the lake or near the lake pala. Turns out that place is haunted. When I was like 3 years old, somehow managed to remember that one encounter that a white lady was like looking at me through the window. And right now, the house is no longer there. It's already built like a resort. Yeah, the people were mad about that because that place used to be their homes and like a fishing area.
Wasn't there like a saying where like if a couple falls in love with you, it will try to take you to their home?
Oh yeah, they do. How would a couple fall in love with a 4-year-old girl?
I'm just saying because there are what people said, right? Falls in love with someone that is beautiful to them. They'll try to
Yeah.
take you to their home.
Are you saying am I not beautiful, Bean?
Huh?
Are you saying
That
I'm
is
not
completely
beautiful?
out of the fucking context. I'm saying that because other people have experienced these types of things.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
And that you were 4 years old. Why would a couple wait? Oh no, wait. Actually, they can like look for. They can stay a while with you, right? Even when you were younger. If they find a partner that they wanna be with, they will stick with you until you grow old. But
But I
there's
no longer
also
go there, so
yeah.
I'm safe.
But there's also like where like the kapre will follow you and protect you in a way. There is that saying, especially when they are obsessed with you or wants to follow with you. So there is a tendency that a kapre, they will follow you, they will protect you from other beings and everything. But then later on, they will have to take you to their home. I don't know if you know anything about how you put away a kapre. Like you, how do
Oh,
you
it's because there's like a lot of arbolario that my grandma
arbolario?
knows.
Arbolario is
Arbolario.
like what is it in English? They're like
Exorcist witch doctors and stuff like that.
that especially when you go to like somewhere like and then like let's say for people who are more into logical and scientific reasons, they don't have a proper explanation for that on how they will remove such a curse on you. So they sometimes will turn to the arbolarios, which is the witch doctor. They turn to that. They'll tell you like, I don't think this is related to anything that is health, but I feel like this is a spiritual type. So they turn to that. Have you ever like witnessed an exorcism?
No. And that's what scares me, right? What also scares me is that after our choir practice, a friend of mine from a different church, who's also part of their choir, showed me a video where someone from a different church get possessed and says, ayan na, andito na siya, malapit na siya, tumakbo na kayo. She keeps screaming that while it's like the practice.
The fuck?
Oh, and I don't know what happens after that. From what I know lang, they took her outside of the church na. They keep it like in confidence, confidentiality.
The experiences I had with exorcism was just a school event out of nowhere, right? A student suddenly was possessed, basing on what I've heard. But then suddenly, out of nowhere, this girl was like passing out or something. And they said that this girl is possessed and everything. The school announced to do a prayer for the spirit of the girl to be strengthened and stuff. And we were not allowed to go out of the campus unless a guardian picks you up or your friend's guardian picks you up. And I didn't have my parents back then. They were completely busy. And I was like, oh no, how am I supposed to do this? So it took a while. But luckily, when my friend's parent took me so that I could like leave the school. Imagine you're experiencing that, right? Like having some sort of exorcism at school out of nowhere. And then everyone is fucking panicking because of a possession, a possessed person. I'm like, hello? How the fuck am I supposed to like do this without my parents to pick me up and everything? That's just for the school. That's like they said that it had happened before. And in that school, we had like trees. It's a weird tree. And it was rumored, that there was a spirit on that tree somewhere. And they said with the people who have their eyes open, people with third eyes open, right? They said that they saw someone there. And mind you, this school of ours, right? And then there's another school beside us. They have a Japanese bunker. Now we've been colonized a lot, right? By the Spanish, the Spaniards, and the Japanese and all. Beside that, we have a Japanese bunker, and there's a lot of history going on in that area as well, especially in the school. A lot of students have said that there are experiences also from possession to seeing ghosts and like late night at dark. Now, we have like a specific time where in this school the students have to leave at a specific time. Everyone needs to go out. They cannot stay for too long, right? They can't stay until night. One of my classmates needed to pick up her bag, and it was already getting dark. Well, we have like a second floor building, and on that second floor, that's where her room was. She needed to pick up her bag alone. So basically, she just went there in the dark hallway, right? There is no solar lights or anything like that at all in my school back then in junior high school, but like it's completely dark. And based on what I've heard from them, they were trying to walk in the dark hallway with just the limited light of her phone. Now, mind you, this classroom doesn't have like fully covered rooms, fully covered walls. No, like walls with patterns and everything, and there's holes and stuff that people can see. That it was like that, and they had to pick up the bag. Now, her room was on the fifth, which is basically at the middle of the building. When she went to her room, right, she saw her bag and everything. She was relieved that she got her bag. So she went out the hallway, was walking to go downstairs. She later then heard footsteps behind her. But like, she took a moment. She froze up, she said. She froze up. She turned around. There was no one. Alright, guys, we are ending the first part of this episode, and I have another part where me and Kai talk about a little bit of our paranormal experiences next podcast.